Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Peace and welcome. We pick up chapter 16. After some major changes and freeing up myself some more time, this is the perfect chapter to read. Look at this. Page 161 of Love Like Sky is where we pick up at. You're a Faker. Chapter 16. All right. Divine Rising and Peace. Welcome to YouTube live book reading, the peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So sometimes you have to clear out even areas that you thought were the best for you. After a while, sometimes you have to create separation so that you can cause and gain elevation. It's kind of like how I say when you have restraint, you gain discipline. And we create separation. We know this with, especially with like the L4 and L3, those parts of your CNS that are connecting to the sciatic nerve. Well, to relieve pain in that sciatic nerve, we have to create separation in the vertebrae. And that separation allows them to actually grow and expand so that there's no pressure on those nerves. And so, yeah, it's a big lesson. It was like getting the signs. And when you get the signs, if you don't heed them, then it becomes your fault. So thank you so much for being here and reading with us. This peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So here we go. You're a Faker. Page 161, the 16th edition and reading of Love Like Sky. When we got outside, I saw that someone had written "Wash Me" in the dust on Frank's van. I'd never seen the windshield on his van or car dirty before. As we buckled up, I glanced at Peach's booster seat. I closed my eyes and imagined that she was in it, her head bobbing to music that only she could hear. Since Mama didn't talk, I didn't either. I'm sure she was working on getting her thoughts together. I bet they were scattered all over the place. A couple minutes later, at a red light, Mama said, "Thank you for being such a good girl through all of this, G-Baby." "You're welcome, Mama," I told her, and gave her my best smile. But a part of me was hurt inside because if Mama thought I was a real big girl, she would tell me the truth. A horn blew at the light. When it flashed green, Mama waved her hand in the rear view and hit the gas. "Your daddy sends his love. Says he tried to call, but your phone was dead. Left the charger at home. You still mad at him?" "We'll get through this," she said. "You forgive me for leaving Peaches?" "Baby, I was mad at the entire world that day. You shouldn't have left without your daddy's permission, but neither you or your daddy are to blame." "What about Millicent?" She shook her head a few times before finally speaking. "No, G baby, no one. We might not ever know exactly when she contracted it. Nurses did their due diligence, but no outbreaks or anything reported. Who's there with her now?" "Sugar and your daddy." He wants to know if you want to stay with him and Millicent. He's at the hospital most of the time and his dealership the other. You'd be with Millicent a lot. What about that? You'll be closer to Nikki. Not that I didn't think Daddy wanted me there, but it seemed like something Mama was just thinking up so I wouldn't be home. Do I have to? No, baby. Just no, just know it's an option. Everybody's trying to make this as easy as possible for you. 30 minutes later, Mama parked in our driveway instead of the garage. Heading right back out, she said, "Is Tangy here?" "Probably in her room." She tugged at her clothes and stared at her hands and dingy shoes. "I look a mess. I'm gonna jump into the shower and try and make something myself resemble a human being." She laughed. "I don't want to scare Peaches." Once we were inside, Tangy pranced around in the kitchen, rummaging through the fridge and talking. Took me a second to realize she had on her Bluetooth. "Just a sec, Val," she said when she saw us. I wondered if it was Marshall on the line. "Hey, Georgie, I got the manicure and pedicure sets. Let me know when you're ready." "Okay, I will," I said. I wish Nikki was here to see so she could see how Tangy was just being regular. But right before I went upstairs, Mama mouthed, "Thank you to Tangy," the way she did after Tangy babysat us or made us lunch. All I could think about was Tangy's meanness to us then. I wanted to believe Tangy liked me for real, that she was really proud of me, and she'd said I just didn't know if that was true. As soon as I started upstairs, I missed Peaches, yelling, "What'd you bring me?" Even if I didn't have anything, she'd just say, "Get me something next time, G baby." Anytime I left the house without her, it seemed like she'd imagine I was on some magical adventure, complete with fairies, chocolate fountains, and gifts that I could pick from trees. I'd give anything for the two of us to be somewhere like that. This whole world was impossible to imagine without Peaches in it. The knot in my stomach tightened at just the thought of her in the hospital bed and tubes sticking in her arms and no windows that let her see the sky. I couldn't even manage to go up to my room right now and see my empty twin bed, so I turned around. Mama darted upstairs and I went back to the kitchen and Tangy and got a glass of water. I kept wiping my sweaty palms on my shorts. Tangy sat at the breakfast nook and peeled the lid off of a cup of yogurt. "We can get started whenever you want," Tangy said, digging the spoon into her yogurt and swirling it. "I'll be ready in a minute. Going to go, going to go put my stuff in my room," I said. It but as soon as I turned around, it was like I hit a cloud of thick smoke. My eyes burned and I just couldn't breathe. It took me seconds to even feel Tangi's hand on my shoulder. "It's okay. If you're a little sad to go upstairs, you know." "Why would I be sad? It's not like Peaches isn't coming home," I snapped. "Didn't mean it that way," Tangi said. "Ready when you are." I couldn't even stop my tone. All I could think about was Mama mouthing thank you to her. All my feelings were a big, jumbled mess. I went upstairs like it was no big deal. Mama was taking a shower to quickly freshen up. If she were luxuriating, the upstairs would smell like pearberry, her favorite Bath and Body Works scent, and Nair. All the time I was wishing and praying for Tangi to like me. I guess I forgot to add that I wanted her to like me for real. And never would I ever have even thought to ask for her to only like me because my sister was sick. Now I knew why maybe Tangi didn't want to cheer anymore. Maybe she couldn't jump so high because there was that same sinking feeling in her stomach that I had that kept her feet on the ground. Ever since Peaches got sick, there'd never been a moment that I felt like dancing, not even for a second. After about 30 minutes, Mama was dressed and off to the hospital, leaving me alone with Tangi. Georgie, Tangi called from the downstairs while I was checking on Girl. I sprinkled dots of fish food onto the surface of the water. When I got to the living room, she held up a tiny makeup bag. Is it okay if we get started? Peace, YouTube, Divine Rising. Yes! Happy Friday, we made it! Woo! Ah, new moon energy. Powerful, right? Powerful, powerful. I was just looking at it and sitting right with the sun in Pisces. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Divine Rising. And happy Friday. Thank you for the likes and subs. We're pushing towards 700 on this peaceful channel where we read books and learn from masters. So thank you for reading with us. All right, we're on page 165. I sprinkled dots of fish food on the surface of the water. When I got to the living room, she held up a tiny makeup bag. Is it okay if we get started? Yeah, I guess, I muttered. You don't sound excited. What's up? She twirled a fingernail file between her fingers. I'm hungry. What do you want? Pizza. Did your mama leave pizza money? No, I said as we walked into the kitchen. What about steakum and fries? You can whip up that special sauce you like. It's mustard and sugar, nothing special. I don't want that anyway. I want pizza, I pouted. Okay, okay. Pizza it is. I got some money saved. Garden crust, okay? She only ordered from places that made pizza that looked like a salad on a thin slice of bread. No, I want Pizza Hut. It's too greasy, but if that's what you want, that's cool. What do you want on it? Sausage, pepperoni, and ham. All that meat on the whole thing? On the whole thing. You can pick it off. I folded my arms and let the weight fall to one side. I probably looked like one of those bendable pencils, but I didn't care. She raised her eyebrows and stepped back a little from me. Are you okay? I'm fine. Well, I'm not that hungry anyway. She glanced at the time on her phone, then placed the order. When she hung up, she said, It'll be here in about 45 minutes. While we were waiting on it, we could hand wash the dishes and use paper plates and cups. What you say I wash and you dry? I don't feel like washing dishes. I sat down at the kitchen table. Tangi sat next to me. Well, we gotta do them before the manicures. That way we won't mess up our nails. I tried to force words out of my lips, but I just shrugged and clasped my hands. Tangi stared at me for a long moment. Then she said, I get you're upset about Peaches. Did anything else happen at your friend's house once you three got back? No, nothing. Are you sure? Very. I didn't mention a thing she said. Big whoop. We locked our eyes. Okay. Look, Georgie, I know this is hard on you. And why now are you calling me Georgie? It's been Georgiana all this time, remember? Mm. That was me being me. Seems childish now. I know how hard this is. She reached over and touched my shoulder, and I flinched like she was millipede. I bit the inside of my jaw to keep my lips from quivering. It burned me up that Nikki was right about Tangi not liking me for real. I'm tired of everyone saying they don't know how hard it is and treating me like a baby. Nobody means any harm, Peaches. Peaches would want nobody means any harm. Peaches would want you. Don't tell me nothing about my sister would want, I shouted and banged my fist on the table. You don't know her or me. You don't even like us. Peaches knows you don't. Since we've been here, you've done nothing but treat us like bugs, bed bugs. Now you're trying to be nice. You're a big faker. A big, phony faker. Mm, mm, mm. A big faker? You're in high school. You know what faker means. What are you talking about? You'll never like us because your real sister is in heaven. Mm. As soon as I said it, I wished I could snatch it back. Tangi's head lowered like she was saying a prayer. When she looked up at me, water pooled in her eyes. That's not true, Georgie. No one wants to tell me what is true, I said, trying to forget how much I wanted to trust her. Just that second, Frank walked into the kitchen carrying a bag of groceries with a loaf of bread sticking out of the top. Without a doubt, he was on it too. So I jetted past him and stomped upstairs, shaking the African mask Mama had on the wall. I slammed my door and plopped on my bed. As soon as I stared up at my starless ceiling, I missed the fluorescent twinkles in Nikki's room. While her daddy was busy painting stars on her ceiling, mine was off somewhere with the millipede. Yeah, sure. He bought our old house back. But that was just like Tangi's fake niceness now. Guilt. Didn't matter. As soon as enough time had passed, both of them would be back in their regular old selves. At any moment, I expected Frank and Tangi to come knocking, but I didn't hear a sound. So what if Tangi doesn't like me for real? From now on, I'd focus on being a better big sister to my real sister. I got off my bed and wandered over to Peaches, wishing I could erase all the times I didn't want her in my room. And even though I didn't say it to her all the time, I'd be telling a big fat story if I said I wasn't thinking it a lot. I plopped my head on Peach's pillow and it sunk right in. My hand touched something underneath her pillow. It was The Princess and the Frog. I opened the book and read, Tiana works hard. She has no time for fun. I couldn't help thinking of all the times Peaches wanted me to read to her, but all I wanted to do was get to Tangi. I slammed the book shut and slid it back underneath Peach's bed pillow. Then, knock, knock. Georgie, can I come in? Tangi asked. No, I shouted. You're a faker. Go away. My lips trembled, but I was ready to call her a faker again. I stopped as hard as I could I stomped as hard as I could back to my bed so I wouldn't have to hear her knock again. I put on my headphones and turned my pod up as loud as it would go. Then I yanked the cover from over my head. That still wasn't enough to block out the sound of knocking. And when I didn't answer, the door opened and Frank's deep voice bounced off the walls. I done it now. And we completed chapter 16 woo, of Love Like Sky. When we reconvene on this new moon energy era, we will reconvene with chapter 17 of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Thank you so much for reading with us. Highest heart love. Thank you for the likes and subs on this peaceful part of YouTube where we're pushing toward 700 subs, reading books and enjoying one another's peaceful mood and life. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. We got a lot to do. So I'm going to go get on the work trail now as we prepare for this wonderful day. And go Lakers. We got, I had on yesterday, the great, the GOAT, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It was just his solar return. So I want to give honor to great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, number 33 of the Lakers family. So thank you for being in this peaceful era. And we've leveled up. We have leveled up. There's some people that you probably heard me speak about that you'll probably never hear me speak about again. And that's just the way it goes. Again, for elevation, we have to create separation. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Love water. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for the support, Jennifer. Highest heart love. Thank you to all my friends and family. Ay, 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 ay. Love, 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 love you. Ay, 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 ay. Love, love you. You know it, because I love myself. Thank you so much. We're going to have a wonderful meditation today. Yeah, got to do it yourself sometimes. Like I did with my books, right? I was like, well, may not have financial backing, but I'm going to do it myself. And that's my willpower, making things happen. See? And you start to master your world. You become that soul controller. You create your world around you. And so that's what you see in this peaceful place is I've created a world. The Most High's favored me big time. One definitely the favorite of God, definitely. And that's why my name is Uriel. You know, I'm the light of God, the flame of Yahweh. Highest heart. God have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Peace, peace.